Imagine a world teeming with mysteries where the pursuit of truth can sometimes take a grievously wrong turn. Picture a killer, an elusive shadow, melting back into society. Consider a discovery of monumental importance, dismissed through oversight. Envision an entire nation led down a path of misinformation. Tonight we explore the chilling landscapes with a search for answers veered catastrophically off course. Welcome to CuriosityCavern. Our first exploration takes us to West Memphis, Arkansas in 1993. Here, 3 young boys were brutally murdered. The community was ripped apart by grief. The pressure on local law enforcement was immense. The investigation became a tragedy. Flawed procedures and prevailing prejudices ensnared 3 teenagers, Damian Eccles, Jason Baldwin, and Jesse Miskelly Jr., misinterpreted as signs of satanic influence. The case was built on flimsy evidence and a coerced confession. Despite strong alibis, they were convicted. Public hysteria fueled their conviction. It took nearly 2 decades to secure their release, through an offered plea, not exoneration. The real killer remains a mystery. This case is a haunting testament to a catastrophic miscarriage of justice. It forever altered innocent lives. We now turn to Northern California between 1968 and 1969, the hunting ground for the Zodiac killer. This was not merely a series of brutal attacks, it was a campaign of terror. The Zodiac taunted the police, the press, and the public with cryptic letters and ciphers. Despite an intense investigation, the Zodiac was never caught. His identity remains one of the great unsolved enigmas of criminal history. Why? The answers lie in unfortunate circumstances and critical investigative shortcomings. Coordination between police departments was often lacking, leading to fragmented efforts. The handling of evidence was not always up to today's standards. Forensic science was still developing, and crime scene preservation was not rigorously practiced. The killer's cunning and careful selection of attack locations created a perfect storm of investigative frustration. He seemed to be always one step ahead, a phantom playing a deadly game. The Zodiac's reign of terror eventually subsided, but the mystery only deepened. Was he caught for another crime? Did he die? Or did he simply stop? These questions remain unanswered. The case files grew thicker, filled with theories and dead ends. The Zodiac killer's continued anonymity is a testament to his dark ingenuity and a stain on law enforcement. It is a reminder of a hunt that ultimately failed, leaving a legacy of fear and uncertainty. We now shift to a mystery of cosmic proportions, the Tunguska event of 1908. In a remote region of Siberia, a colossal explosion flattened 80 million trees. Eyewitnesses reported a searing light, a deafening roar, and shockwaves. The immediate question was, what caused such a cataclysmic event? Was it a meteor, a comet, or something even more extraordinary? The investigation was delayed, compromising the crime scene. Theories range from a stony asteroid to a cometary explosion. The Tunguska event remains a profound mystery. Chapter 4. Hollywood's Darkest Secret, the Black Dahlia. In 1947, the murder of Elizabeth Short, dubbed the Black Dahlia, shocked Los Angeles. Her bisected and mutilated body was discovered in a vacant lot. The investigation was a chaotic spectacle, plagued by media frenzy and misdirection. The press sensationalized every aspect of her life and death. This created a climate of intense public fascination and false confessions. Over 150 individuals claimed responsibility for the crime. Each claim had to be investigated, consuming time and resources. The sheer volume of information overwhelmed the LAPD. Investigators struggled to separate genuine clues from red herrings. The pressure to solve the case was immense. The notoriety of the case became an obstacle to its resolution. Suspects were identified, interrogated, and often cleared. The true perpetrator remained elusive. The case files grew thick with reports and discarded theories. The failure to bring Elizabeth Short's killer to justice cemented its place as a notorious unsolved homicide. It became a tragic archetype of an investigation gone wrong. The glare of the spotlight blinded those searching for truth. Chapter 5. Ness's Unsolved Nightmare, the Mad Butcher. In Cleveland, Ohio, during the late 1930s, a serial killer known as the Mad Butcher of Kingsbury Run terrorized the city. Victims were dismembered with surgical precision. Eliot Ness, fresh from his takedown of Al Capone, led the hunt. Despite his efforts, the investigations proved fruitless. The killer preyed upon the transient and marginalized. Identification of victims and timelines was challenging. The dismemberments suggested anatomical knowledge. The pressure on Ness was immense. Hundreds of individuals were questioned, and numerous leads pursued. One prime suspect, Dr. Francis Sweeney, was interrogated by Ness. Sweeney taunted Ness during questioning. Despite strong suspicions, concrete evidence remained elusive. Sweeney committed himself to a mental institution, ending the investigation. Lingering questions cast a shadow over the case. Was crucial evidence lost or misinterpreted? Was the suspect too well connected? Elliot Ness found himself unable to touch this killer. The case remains unsolved, a chilling example of a relentless pursuit that yielded no justice. Chapter 6. The Ghost Ship Silence, the Mary Celeste. In December 1872, the Mary Celeste was discovered adrift in the Atlantic Ocean. The crew of the DEI Gracia found the ship seaworthy, but abandoned. The captain, his family, and the crew had vanished without a trace. There were no signs of a violent struggle or piracy. The ship's chronometer and sextant were missing, as was the lifeboat. The last log entry gave no hint of trouble. The investigation in Gibraltar was flawed from the outset. The Attorney General was convinced of foul play. Theories of mutiny, murder, or insurance fraud were pursued. This bias colored the proceedings. Crucial details were overlooked or misinterpreted. Was there a fear of the cargo exploding? Did a waterspout or rogue wave threaten the ship? The investigation failed to uncover definitive answers. It fueled decades of wild speculation. The Mary Celeste sailed into legend as a terrifying enigma. The investigation sought villains where there were none. The Mary Celeste remains an unsolved maritime mystery. No exploration of investigations gone awry is complete without Jack the Ripper. In 1888, the Ripper terrorized Whitechapel, London. His brutal murders targeted vulnerable women. Despite intense police activity, he was never caught. His 5 canonical victims met horrifying ends. The reasons for the failure are complex. Forensic science was in its infancy. Fingerprinting and DNA analysis were not available. Communication between police divisions was problematic. Whitechapel's density and poverty provided cover for the killer. Public panic and sensationalist reporting created chaos. Witnesses were unreliable or fearful. Evidence was susceptible to contamination. Crucial breakthroughs were impossible with the technology of the time. Jack the Ripper's reign became an enduring cautionary tale. The shadows of Whitechapel kept their secrets well. The hunt for Jack the Ripper remains one of history's most famous failures. Our journey takes us to Dead Mountain in the Ural Mountains, February 1959. 9 experienced hikers, led by Igor Dyatlov, embarked on a winter expedition. They were young, fit, and well-versed in wilderness survival. Yet, something went terribly wrong. When they failed to return, a search party was dispatched. The searchers found the group's tent cut open from the inside. Most belongings, including shoes and warm clothing, were inside. Footprints led away from the tent towards a tree line. 2 bodies were found near a small fire, clad only in underwear. 3 more bodies were found between the tree line and the tent. The scene suggested a sudden panicked flight. 2 months later, the remaining 4 hikers were found in a ravine. These bodies bore disturbing injuries, skull damage, severe chest fractures. One woman was missing her tongue, eyes, and part of her lips. Some clothing contained trace levels of radioactivity. The initial Soviet investigation was hastily closed. The official conclusion cited a compelling natural force. This vague explanation did not satisfy public curiosity. The mishandling of evidence fueled conspiracy theories. Theories ranged from military tests to avalanches to UFOs. Was it a cover-up or an ill-equipped investigation? The truth remains elusive, buried under layers of snow and secrecy. In November 1970, a walker discovered a charred body in Isdalen Valley, Norway. This began the mystery of the Isdal woman. Strange items were found near the body. Her identity was meticulously erased. 2 suitcases were found at Bergen railway station. Inside were wigs, maps, and a coded notepad. She used multiple aliases and spoke several languages. The case remains unsolved, a haunting puzzle. These 9 chronicles serve as chilling reminders that the path to truth is rarely straightforward. More often, it is a treacherous climb, fraught with human error, bias, and chaos. Sometimes the most formidable obstacle is the investigation itself. Which of these monumental blunders shocked you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. Curiosity Cavern is your portal to the vast unknown. If you are fascinated by these investigations gone wrong, hit subscribe. We have more mind-blowing discoveries and astonishing stories heading your way. Thank you for exploring these complex cases with us. The echoes of these errors linger as vital lessons in the pursuit of truth. We appreciate you joining us and look forward to sharing more explorations. Until then, keep questioning, keep exploring, and never lose your curiosity.